Hello everyone and welcome to my channel once again. So, because a lot of people have been asking me whether Penitent Greaves are still the way to go, or whether we should get like normal boots with better affixes, because let's be honest, like Penitent Greaves don't really give us good affixes apart from movement speed and the cold resistance, and obviously their increased damage against shield enemies, you know, like crowd control duration. We don't really use that. It used to be good because it helped you stagger bosses faster, but we can no longer stagger them. We just kill them too fast. Slow duration reduction like doesn't do anything for us either, and evade grants us movement speed is probably the worst out of all. Like, we already are pretty much at max movement speed. Like, we don't really need more movement speed after evading. Like, what would be better would be to have more evades available, or that our attacks reduce evades cooldown. So apart from the damage aspect of Penitent Greaves, we don't really gain that much in terms of affixes when compared to normal boots, where you can run movement speed obviously, and then like energy cost reduction, dodge chance, and one of the resistances, doesn't matter which one, just any resistance, like as on Penitent Greaves, so that we can reach a perfect 70% resistances. Instead of energy cost reduction here, you can run damage reduction when injured, giving you even more survivability, but I don't have energy cost reduction on my amulet, so that's what I went with. So let's see Quickening Fog against the dummy. In theory, the damage should be very much the same, because Smoke Grenade with Enhanced Smoke Grenade gives us 25% multiplicative increased damage. Okay, what it like doesn't give us, or like what's worse about it than Penitent Greaves, is that for it to like maximize on the Enhanced Smoke Grenade, we should be playing Smoke Grenade in our on our action bar. Okay, so that means we are no longer playing stealth, and stealth just gives us so many options how to play the dungeon. We can skip all of the mobs that we don't need to kill, which is 99% of the dungeon. Only elites monsters are worth killing if you're farming for loot and materials. All the rest is just fodder, it's garbage, we should always skip it. It doesn't, and like, it also provides us with tankiness, okay? So like stealth provides us with tankiness in a way that we have another CC break. We have an option to skip all of the mobs that we don't need to kill, skip all of the potential corpse bows shooting at us, etc. With Smoke Grenade though, we can daze enemies, like all of the enemies, right? Like you dash in with Quickening Fog, and you daze the enemies that were you know, at the ending place of your dash, making you pretty much immortal because they can't really attack you. Then you can use your actual Smoke Grenade skill to daze enemies in the back, for example that corpse blow, so that it cannot attack you, etc. Okay, so some tankiness is in both, but I personally would never replace stealth with anything. It's just too damn strong, too damn good, especially the additional CC break. But yeah, some people might like it, so we will do gameplay with Quickening Fog after this as well. So now let's see the damage, okay? So for now it seems to be like the standard. We are doing around 20 million when we are not stacking it for too long. Let's wait for Poison Imbue. Okay, shoot the grenade again. Get some increased crit strike chance. Yeah, so like around 20 million. Obviously, we are not fighting monsters for 2 minutes to get like a perfect, you know, 100 millions damage over time ticks, etc. I'm not playing the bug build either. So around 20 million with Quickening Fog. Now, with Penitent Greaves, oh, and one thing I forgot to mention, like the reason why you would want to play Quickening Fog is getting Shaco, okay? Because the more skill points you have in dash, the lower the cooldown. Plus, Quickening Fog itself, as you can see, lowers your cooldown, so you are jumping around more. So that's one of the reasons why you might want to play it, but then it also makes sense to put points into dash, especially discipline dash. Why? Because if you look at what combat glyph, control glyph does, it increases our damage against chilled or slowed enemies by 10%, or instead 20% against frozen and stunned enemies. Okay, Penitent Greaves is what gives us like AoE chill effect. Okay, like we don't have to care. Like, we are fighting 5 elites, sure, all of them are chilled, so we are doing more damage to them. Like, but with Quickening Fog, with playing Smoke Grenade, where we are not chilling the enemies, we are not stunning the enemies, they're definitely not frozen, so all that remains is slow. And we apply slow with our puncture if we crit, okay, or every third puncture. And it's usually just the enemy that we're fighting that's gonna get slowed. So all the enemies in AoE would not be slowed, just they would not be taking extra damage, and that's quite a lot of damage loss. So that's why it's worth playing Discipline Dash with Enhanced Dash to like make the most out of this combination, okay? Because then, like, literally your dash is like no cooldown, so you're like dashing around, okay? So it makes a lot of sense. These 3 points we had to take from Malice, and these 2 points, Smoke Grenade and Enhanced Smoke Grenade, we took from Frigid Finesse, which we usually play when playing Penitent Greaves. Okay, so that's already like I would not say red flag. Okay, I would not say red flag, but it's like, especially if you're like a casual, then you know, just like mindlessly being in the group and chilling everything all around you to get the bonus damage is way easier than to precisely like aim your dash to slow enemies, to throw the grenade, etc. Plus you know, as I said, lost the stealth. But yeah, the damage around 20 million. Now with Penitent Greaves, we put these 3 points away, this 1 point away, and we put it to Malice, and obviously 2 points out of Smoke Grenade, which we put into Frigid Finesse. Now let's see the damage. Okay, obviously I won't be using the Smoke Grenade. Just gonna be hitting the enemy. So the damage, as you can see, is pretty much the same. Quite higher because it's like easier to have it up. But let's say it's the same. Okay, the math there, apart from Malice, is, yeah, like you don't get to stack the poison as much to actually notice the difference, okay? And the difference is just the 9% from Malice. So that's it for the Quickening Fog and Smoke Grenade versus Penitent Greaves. Shared Misery, like, actually, if I weren't playing Penitent Greaves, then Shared Misery would be my #1 pick, because it gives you an insane amount of tankiness. Okay, because Shared Misery shares the CC all around you, so it would not only share the slow effect from the enemy that you're hitting, meaning that all of the enemies all around you are taking the extra damage from your control glyph, it would also share the days from Twisting Blades. So defensively, Shared Misery definitely the best. Offensively, I think Penitent Greaves are a clear winner, but Quickening Fog definitely has its use. Like, the best thing about Quickening Fog is the engaging of mobs, okay? Because if you point the dash really well, you will jump into the pack and drop the grenade, so they, like, you don't get the initial hit, they don't start hitting you, and you know, you're losing less HP. But yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's go for a gameplay with Quickening Fog and then with Shared Misery as well. Okay, so now let's have a look at the gameplay with Quickening Fog. One thing I forgot to mention during the start of the video is that playing better affixes on our boots also increases our survivability because we can play the dodgems there. So you could say that like Penitent Greaves, Glass Cannon, Quickening Fog is like a good damage combined with good survivability, like providing us some tankiness, and Shared Misery being the best in tankiness. Okay, so you can like choose based on the rest of your gear, and I think that like Shared Misery will probably be the king in the Abattoir of Zir that's coming in December, but for that we still have to wait and see how it actually plays out. So for now, let's just get into this T100. It's gonna be so weird. So weird playing without yeah. So weird playing without a stealth, okay? So don't judge me. I'm a stealth player. It's just too OP not to play it. Okay, okay, there's someone boosting their defenses. I should have probably killed him. And why am I even killing these guys? It's not like I need to kill them, but as you can see, like, we daze them and they just stand there, not doing anything. So that's like the power, the biggest power of Daze and Quickening Fog, is that the enemies just don't attack you at all. And you can just keep on jumping, you know, from one side to another, and it's not really ending like ever. You can like shoot your normal grenade. As you can see, I just dashed and immediately dazed this guy, so he didn't even finish his frontal cast. So, like, it's definitely good and fun to play. Like, no matter how you look at it, it is. It's just, yeah, I think you have to play way better than you'd have to play with stealth, because stealth just requires you to do nothing, right? You just walk. That's it. Like that's the only thing you gotta do is walk. Give me items. We love them. We want them. But yeah, as you can see, just throw the grenade. They are dazed, so they can't do damage to you. So yeah, we're pretty much not losing any HP. And here's the last guy. So yeah, pretty strong pick, like nonetheless, I would say. So mostly depends on like what you like, you know, like what you want to play. Like you're not for like just pick, as I always say, based on your preference. I don't know where to go. Oh, there. Just like casually AFKing AFK in T100, because why not, right? Like, nothing does damage to us. Okay, okay, this guy I simply hate because I, you know, obviously can't damage him. So, yeah, pretty easy. A lot of fun to play as well. So if Quickening Fog is you know, what piqued your interest, then you can definitely play it. Like the damage difference is like negligible. Like you probably won't spot it. Like there is some, but simply not as much to matter. And now let's get into a dungeon with Shared Misery. Okay, so now it is Shared Misery time. As you can see, the same boots that I used before with Quickening Fog now have Shared Misery, and in abilities, like because obviously we cannot proc Frigid Finesse without Penitent Grease. We cannot, you know, proc, like we can proc Smoke Grenade if we actually play the smoke Grenade, but I prefer to play Concealment like all the time, anytime. So I'm not playing that. So those 3 points that we got out of Frigid Finesse and 2 points that we got from Smoke Grenade, I decided to I decided to put back to Malice, of course, and 2 points in concussive, 1 point in trick attacks. So that whenever we crit strike a dazed enemy, they will be knocked down, which will give us 8% crit strike chance against them. We will spread that knockdown all around us. So that's at least some damage increase when playing this aspect, which is normally like fully defensive one. Another thing you can do is, for example, take these 3 points out, and well, if you're not playing stealth, you can still play the smoke grenade. Then I'd go for countering smoke grenade so that you can lower the cooldown and keep on shooting grenades, or you can go with poison trap, enhanced poison trap, and countering poison trap to have higher uptime on your PI. Also, poison trap makes you, proc X-fall burst, more often, so it's a good AoE option as well. Just by playing it and doing more X-fall explosions, you get a nice damage increase. So these are the options that you have. Like I always say, like a lot of the stuff like Paragon board is usually like fixed. There can be few changes, like if you're missing some armor nodes, you need to swap some points around, or you can play exploit for more damage or like faster damage over turf when your defensives are high enough, etc, etc. But most of the stuff is like set in stone. The best in slot stats, the best in slot gear, like 99.99999% of the Paragon board, etc. But with the skills, you do have some options. But because I'm a concealment lover, I will do this. Okay, so now let's go, baby. Okay, but where? But where? Oh my god, please. I hope this is not one of the dungeons where I get lost. Okay. I just finished the sentence and I already got lost. Ouch. What the fuck is this? I'm not ready yet. As you can see, all of the enemies are slowed, and being knocked down because, well, we're hitting the enemy in front of us. So that's really good. Like, we can fight these elites just so you can see how it plays out. Obviously, I don't want to stand in the explosion. That would, hurt even me. But other than that, we're like super chill. Travel to someplace. Yeah, let's do just that. Let's travel there. So yeah, pretty easy, and fun to play because yeah, obviously like fighting one enemy and just CCing the whole screen is a lot of fun, like a lot of it. Where do we go? My goodness. Yeah, one X-fall explosion. That's just, that's how this game works. That's how this game works now. Look at all the dodge, like it's dodge, 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 dodge. I just can't get enough of it. I can't get enough of dodge. And I can't get enough of Accursed touch. Like, it's literally the best vampiric power. Like, I know there are some people running Metamorphosis, for example, but yeah, like, in a normal play, nothing beats Accursed touch with Prey on the Weak. Like, everything is vulnerable at all times, even like mobs in distance, like it's spreading everywhere, like everything is vulnerable at all times, everything is getting more damage. So yeah, Accursed touch any day, like any day over Metamorphosis. Also, Metamorphosis makes you invulnerable, meaning that you cannot use your abilities while evading. So the only use meta has is when you have 3 evade charges on your boots and you're playing speedruns, because it helps you with that, it helps you with speed. Otherwise, always Accursed touch and Prey on the Weak. So this was it for Shared Misery. Like, most people will never ever see the difference in damage. Like, if you're going from instant kill to instant kill, then yeah, maybe it is actually better to just, you know, play Shared Misery so that you get some extra survivability by knocking all of those annoying mobs like at the edge of your screen down and etc. So yeah, I leave that choice up to you. No matter what you pick, it will always be good. It will always be an absolute like superb choice. But as I said before, with Abattoir of Zir, maybe Shared Misery will be the best pick overall. Anyway, thanks for watching. See ya in the next one.